All right, this 3.5-inch pipe, you can pull under sprinkler line. You cannot do this with a 4-inch pipe. You have to cut all the sprinkler lines. Why do we know this? Well, we've been installing for 40 years. The 3.5-inch pipe allows you to go through the sprinklers, through the utilities. We wanted a 3.5-inch pipe our whole career. Nobody was going to build us a 3.5-inch pipe. It was clear. When I would take it to pipe manufacturers, their philosophy was, well, I don't see why we would build that, because we have a 3-inch pipe, and if that's too small, we have a 4-inch pipe. Well, let me explain the gallons per minute. On 1% slope, a single wall corrugated pipe in 3-inch flows 34 gallons per minute. A 3.5 flows 52 gallons per minute on a 1% slope. If you get 1.5%, the numbers boost. You get 2%, numbers boost. I absolutely love that number, 52 gallons per minute for yard drainage. That's the sweet spot. I want to flow as much water as I can possibly flow through a pipe before I jump up in size. The 4-inch pipe was not necessary in yard drainage, with the exception of mains. When you're branching a system into a trunk line, that trunk line needs to be 4-inch, typically speaking, unless you have 2 or 3 downspouts, because if that's all you have is 2 or 3, you might as well just put it on a 3.5, even the main. But once you get to 4 downspouts, you want to be bumping it to a 4-inch main. Look, the numbers don't lie, only people do. That's what I always say. When I do the calculations of rooftop water on homes, the 3.5-inch pipe is ideal because you're going to push enough water through it to keep it clean. A 4-inch pipe is too much area for most downspouts. So what you end up with is the water hitting a pipe of greater area, spreading over that great area, slowing down, losing its velocity, and now it no longer pushes debris out to the pop-up emitter. The 3.5 stays cleaner, it works more efficient, and it's 50% less labor to install.